For democracy to thrive, every voter must be free to choose according to his or her conscience. Therefore, any attempt to influence votes through money, gifts, intimidation, or pressure undermines the very fabric of democratic governance. Such practices diminishes both the giver and the receiver, and they erode public trust. We call on all Vincentians to reject violence, intimidation, and inflammatory rhetoric. Let our conversations, wherever they are taking place, reflect wisdom, restraint, and respect. And after the elections, when the ballots are counted, let us show the world that we are a mature democracy. We accept the results and allow those who win to lead with humility and fairness. Those who lose accept the results with dignity and continue offering service, remaining engaged, holding leaders accountable through peaceful participation, advocacy, and constructive dialogue. We can do this, every voter, candidate, official, observer, citizens. This is the best way to guard our democracy, a principled nation where we truly value truth and cherish freedom. As a Christian people, we are called to be peacemakers, builders of community, and guardians of justice. Our nation is strongest when we listen to each other, speak truth with love, and value the dignity of every person. We pray that the 2025 general elections will be free, fair, and peaceful. We pray that God will grant our leaders wisdom, our institutions strength, and our people discernment. We pray that after November 27th, we will emerge more united, more hopeful, and more committed to building a just and prosperous St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
If you know that you were registered, and for some reason you didn't see your name, you should check that before. But let us say you turn up to the station. If your name is not on the list, you are not going to be allowed to vote. You can check with the office, the electoral office. Let us check what if you were registered and what was the reason your name came off. Or for some reason it might bounce off. The supervisor of elections give the information that is ahead of us or before us. We will be able to make a decision. No, you are not duly registered. Yes, you are registered for some reason or the other. Something may have happened and you will be, that would cause you not to be on the list. You would be awarded that opportunity by the supervisor of elections to go and vote. So I said the polling station begins at the 100 yards. The law doesn't allow you to wear colors. People would still ease and put on colors. The party T-shirts and so on are not allowed. Even colors, the law speaks to under the offenses list of things that you should do. For example, they talk about sets of colors. So we try to make sure and encourage people not to wear colors of the party, even though they didn't wear a party T-shirt or whatever, a hat or whatever. Leave those home. You could put them on after. Put them on after. But try to create an atmosphere of love and peace. So sometimes people see the colors, they start to feel a little jittery. I mean, people, I've been there. And I've seen and heard persons quarrel over that. But you're not really supposed to. Inside the station, the presiding officer is in charge and you follow the direction of the presiding officer. We have a booth, creates that provision, provides that space for secrecy. It's a secret ballot. If it wasn't a secret ballot, you could just back it at the table and it disappear. But it is a secret ballot. The law did not speak to phones per se, because when the law was organized, coined and so on, we didn't have cell phones. We didn't even have phones. I remember maybe telegrams and so on. So we have evolved in technology and everybody has a phone. But that doesn't say, because you didn't see, I noticed that persons are saying, no, it's not the law. Read the RPA. When we say, don't do this, look, read the RPA. Everybody knows the RPA. So we are saying it is a secret ballot, and administratively, we have asked persons not to take their phones. Do not be tempted. Leave your phones outside. Go in, you just spend in a few seconds. Do
What they have to do.
what you have to do, come back out and you take your phone.
All right. Good night to everybody on the live. Good night to everybody on the live. You're from outside of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Also, welcome you to the live. I know there are persons from Trinidad here watching, persons from Barbados as well on the live. Good evening to you. Tomorrow is election day in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We're just hours away from the polls. The polls open at 7 in the morning. Someone this afternoon said to me there's a deafening silence around St. Vincent and the Grenadines, almost a calm that you've never heard before. We'll see what takes place following that calm. But right now, the both parties are having last ditch efforts, as in some people are still on the road. They are speaking with persons who they think would be interested in voting. Political parties are also doing their bit in terms of being on the television, their leaders making speeches to push that last minute push. You know how it is in every election, that last minute push. So let me say good night to Abigail. Rennick. Rennick says voters list needs to be cleaned up. Seems as if the entire country vote dead living babies, old young people, everybody voting. Well, that has been a bone of contention over the years. It appears that the dead people say are also voting. That's been a bone of contention over the years. Um, John says good night. Our good friend Virgil out of Trinidad and Tobago is already online. Ruff says the true creator don't indulge in the likes of politics. Right. So here we are. Tomorrow, like I said, it's elections day in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The island will be voting for a new government. Whether the New Democratic Party will win the elections or the Labour Party will be returned to office is for the voters in St. Vincent to decide tomorrow when they will hit the voting booth and cast their ballot for one or the other. Tomorrow, the elections would be a very historic election, either way it goes. Um, the Unity Labour Party is seeking a six-term straight, and the New Democratic Party is hoping to break into the corridors of power after 25 years in the seat of opposition. So, however you look at tomorrow's election, it is going to be a historic election no matter the outcome. A lot of persons are saying there are going to be some surprises tomorrow night. We don't know where the surprises are going to be. We just have to wait until that last ballot goes into the box, and then that last ballot is counted. And then we will know if there are surprises, if there are no surprises. One thing is for certain is that this was a campaign of a difference. You could have seen the difference in the campaign. Especially some persons are saying, and I was speaking with a lot of individuals today, they're saying that the opposition seriously had a different campaign this time around. I think everyone could have seen that. They definitely looked at more social media. You could have seen them more active on the social media than in 2020. Their campaigns generally, they had more spunk this time around. And so basically, persons are saying, well, you see, look at that hype. If you see that hype, it means that things are good for the opposition. That's what the individual was saying to me. And I said to them, elections are won on election day. That's it. On election day. That's when elections are won. So this is what is going to happen tomorrow. The booth opens at 7 in the morning. What were some of the last headlines from the leaders of the party? Last night, we heard at the NDP rally, we heard where Dr. Friday told voters that you are the real boss. That's what Friday told supporters last night at the rally in Camden Park. Of course, at the Unity Labour Party rally in Annisville, Gonzalez, of course, says in his final rally, he says to lift him up or lift me up, come back home to labor. So different messages were going about there. Now, if anyone wishes to call to share their view, the number is 533-9260. That's the number on the screen. You can also join me via the restream as well. There's a link that we've placed in Facebook there. I think it's pinned to the top, and I hope it's still there. That's where you can actually get into the program. Or if you want to call in, you can call in via WhatsApp, or you can call in via phone, and you can share your opinions of what you thought happened over the election season, the period of time that the campaigning was taking place. We have a lot of things. Persons are talking about the foreigners that they said were interfering in the elections. You will have heard the Unity Labour Party, especially the Prime Minister, making different remarks about persons who were interfering in the campaign. In St. Vincent, he was talking about foreigners, he was talking about Trinidadian lawyers, they should not be interfering, and all of that stuff. Those things were going on. We heard all of those things. The thing is, tomorrow, persons would go to the polling booth and they're going to choose candidates. So let's start right here. Let's look at this one. This one is going to be I don't know. You're gonna have to tell me about this one. This one is the Southern Grenadines, and I want to thank my good friend Damien from One News for giving us these cards, which have all of the candidates and the amount of registered voters actually in those constituencies. So as you look here, you can see down in the Southern Grenadines, you have about 3,084 registered voters in the Southern Grenadines. So that's something that you want to pay attention to. How this would turn out, everybody's saying that this definitely has gone into the column already of the NDP. That is what everybody's saying. You would have heard the Prime Minister saying, look, it will be the first time in the history of the Unity Labour Party that they would be winning the Southern Grenadines. That's what he was saying, and on the campaign trail, if you would have listened to him, you would have heard him saying that this would be the first time that the Unity Labour Party would be taking that seat down there in the Southern Grenadines. And so the candidates, Siobhan Stewart, first-time candidate, and Mr. Terence Oliver, of course. Terence has been a long-standing candidate. I mean, he's been there forever, some people say. And so you're going to hear about what's happening down in the Southern Grenadines tomorrow night, and whether or not we will hear from a new candidate, a new person elected, or we would hear from Terence, who would be returned there. So we would see what happens tomorrow night in that seat down there in the Southern Grenadines. But we know for sure there are 3,084 registered voters. And if you were to go back into the last election in the Southern Grenadines, the registered voters were 2,957. That's in the last election. You had 2,957 registered voters in the Southern Grenadines. And the votes that were cast were only 1,728, which was 1,728. So you see the disparity, and you see that it looks like people did not go out and really vote. Because if you minus that the amount of registered voters you have from the amount of persons that voted, look at that. 1,728, and you had 2,957, which means that you had over 1,000 persons did not go out and vote in the Southern Grenadines. So you had the ULP gaining what, 564, and you had the NDP gaining 1,151. Over 1,000 persons did not vote in the Southern Grenadines. Will they be voting in this election? Well, that's something that each party will have to look at, because if they canvass the field properly, maybe more persons would turn out in this election to vote. But if they didn't canvass the field properly, I guess the same amount of persons or even less may turn out. Who knows? I don't know. But over 1,000 persons, of course, it appears, did not vote in the Southern Grenadines in the last election. And now you have more persons actually going to vote, are actually registered actually to vote in this election. So it is something that you persons will have to look at. Actually, something that persons will have to look at in this election. So that's the Southern Grenadines right there, folks. Southern Grenadines is right there. If you need to call me, if you need to share your opinions on anything, the number is on the screen. It's 533-9260. 533-9260. You can actually call me and share your opinions. Whatever you wish to say, don't be afraid. Nobody can do you anything. It's your democratic right, so to speak about whatever you wish to speak. Someone said the two countries in the south, Trinidad and Grenada, catching their royal with the change right now because they cannot deliver on the lies. Bad talk. That's what some people are saying. Somebody just placed that in the chat section there. So let's get into, that's the Southern Grenadines actually. So we see the candidates there. That's Terence Oliver and Siobhan Stewart. Siobhan, of course, is a newcomer. So we will see how that turns out. She is a newcomer to the electoral politics, really. She's a newcomer. So we'll see how that turns out, of course, tomorrow night. But let's get into this one. This one, Central Leeward. Central Leeward. Central Leeward is a very dynamic constituency, I would say. Very, very dynamic constituency. We have Mr. Orandi Brewster of the Unity Labour Party, and we have Mr. Conroy Huggins. Conroy, again, is another newcomer to elections and political, the elections actually, electoral politics, I should have said. He's a newcomer to that. I mean, he's been around. I know he was involved in politics, and in terms of, he would have been involved with the NDP over the years. But in terms of electoral politics, this is the first time he's trying his hand at it. And so this is Mr. Conroy Huggins, the newcomer for the New Democratic Party in Central Leeward. Now, Central Leeward has a lot of voters, at least registered voters. 7,194 registered voters in Central Leeward. That's what we're looking at in Central Leeward. 7,194. That's the amount of registered voters that you have in Central Leeward, actually. So how is that pie going to be shared up tomorrow night? Well, let's take a look at what happened in 2020. In 2020, in Central Leeward, you had 6,745 registered voters. 6,745. So 6,745 registered voters. The last time in Central Leeward. Now you have 7,194, which means they have added over 450 persons, at least 450 persons. More than 450 persons actually have been added to the list in Central Leeward. So you now have 7,194 persons in Central Leeward, right? I don't know how many persons would cast their ballots tomorrow in Central Leeward. I don't think all of the persons who are registered would go out and vote. Maybe the 400 plus newcomers would show up because they're newly registered voters. So maybe they would show up there to vote. But I don't know if many of the persons who voted in the last election will vote this time around. Let's see what happened. Let's see what took place the last time. Actually, we had 6,745 persons who were registered to vote the last time in Central Leeward, and we only had 9,224 votes cast. So you had 6,000 registered voters, over 6,745. And you only had 4,924 persons casting their vote. So you see what happened there? If you minus that amount, so if you minus the 4,924, you get over 1,800 persons who did not cast their ballots based on the registered voters. Over 1,000 persons, 1,800 persons apparently did not vote in Central Leeward in the last election based on the number of persons there. So this is heavy. This is going to be heavy. And now we have 7,194 persons registered to vote in Central Leeward. Do you see what I'm talking about? So there you go. Someone says the whole jet of people from Antigua was set to pay to come home to vote this election. This is blatant wickedness. This is somebody saying that. Let me see what's happening here. Charlo says if the ULP attempt to steal this election again, hell gonna pay. Boxer says, and them out the country years ago. Winston says that 2020 result in Central Leeward won't carry any weight in the 2025 election. Mix and Exeter is chalk to cheese. Okay. So there's a new candidate in Central Leeward, right? There's a new candidate in Central Leeward who is Mr. Conroy Huggins. Persons are saying that he's a much different candidate than Exeter. So it is chalk to cheese now with this election. Well, tomorrow night we will definitely know if it's chalk to cheese, because that is when persons would go out and vote, and then you would have the results being called out, and then we would know what happened. But tomorrow is, whether you like it or not, it's going to be great. I think it's going to be a great election. I want to hear from people. The number is on the screen: 533-9260. 533-9260. If you need to call in, I won't be reading all the comments. I can't do that. So persons can call and interact, make your presence felt, say what you want to say. So Central Leeward is going to be a very pivotal seat in this election as well. The Unity Labour Party, that seat went to the Unity Labour Party in the last election. A lot of polling is saying that North Leeward can go to the NDP. Well, we'll see about that one. Let's take a call here. Hello, good night. You're live on the program.
Oh, Mr. Cooke, I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was going to be live.
Yeah, we're just discussing the candidates for tomorrow and what people think might happen. Right. So if you want to add something to it, you can add something to it.
Well, I mean, I am a man on the ground. I would not call my name or disclose my credentials.
No, we won't do that. We won't do that. But
you're my friend.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
No problem. So
one of my favorites. Yes. The way I see it, 6 will be held, and that lady Siobhan John done a marvelous job in the last 5 years. That's 7. That gentleman Shallow, who was brutally insulted, called a jackass last night by a desperate Neanderthal. An expired good. Expired. Mr. Shallow 8.
Yes.
Peter, John 9. Israel Bruce 10. LeBron Bellocs 11. And I could go on.
So you're saying this seat count, in your estimation, the seat count for the NDP would be what? At least 10 seats? That's what you're saying?
About 11 to 13, my brother.
About 11 to 13 seats for the NDP.
Yes. A lot of people have come to the real. I mean, you heard the big papa beg people somebody will fall. And with that bend that he has, gravity might pull him down and bust belly.
Wow.
You know what I mean? That is the reality. And I thank you so very much. I mean, I called you as a friend to discuss politics. I did not realize that it was going to be live on air. But I mean,
Yeah.
the die has already been cast.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it is what it is, you know. I was brutally attacked in George someday, and my father, that the vote for certain people is a vote for NDP. I'm not a candidate for the Democratic Party.
Wow.
I'm a supporter, and I would not lie and cringe behind a rock to say that that's not because of the hypocrite. This gentleman here, I'm not a hypocrite. But when you look at people's financial circumstances,
Yeah.
compared to the same certain persons in the country, look, Ernesto, let me tell you something, my brother. If you're working, and I'm going to simplify it in the very best I can, right?
Yeah.
If you're working for $1 a month and you're working 12 months a year, you should get overall in your income $12, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Correct.
And I'm giving the benefit of the doubt. I'm not even saying that you have light bills to pay, water bills to pay, children to maintain, right? I'm just being straight and discreet, right? Because obviously, Ernesto, you know, your family know, if you make $1,000, you have to pay probably a little income tax, you have to pay what it was. I'm saying now, you can't be making $1 a month, which is $12 a year, but yet you have $1,000 in your bank account.
I got you.
You can't multiply you and your son, you band them together. Everybody knows what are the wages being paid to a prime minister and his son, right?
All those issues, and they came up during the campaign, and I am quite sure that persons would have reflected on all of them. And I guess tomorrow is just decision day. That's it.
Right. Well, you see, I run a business, a small business. You know, boy.
Yeah, well, we understand all of that. So let's not even get into that right now. So,
but no, you know, people are throwing aspersions at me and my father, right?
Sure.
To say a vote for these people is a vote for NDP.
Yeah, but
a vote for the other side is a vote for this construction company called Obisados, who they brought here. A vote for other people who selling medical marijuana, and a vote for another Indian guy who wanna be head like an Arab. And a vote again for a company in Calico. My brother, there are Vincent companies that are being affected, right?
Yeah.
By these draconian measures. Listen to me, my brother. I was persecuted, right, several years ago to bring in a Toyota Invincible from the United Kingdom, which I presented a proper invoice with the Cooke, right? And my wife had to go to court. She won the case after 1 year and a half. Even people in the General office went to school with her and was treating us like second-class citizens. But a gentleman here, a red fella from New Zealand, I'm not calling his name, the Kiwi food country, brought in 12 Toyota Invincible and got duty-free concession. But they tried to kill me for one Toyota Hilux Invincible. This can't be right. I'm telling you, I believe in my heart that Vincent I'm going to do tomorrow the right thing and get this Neanderthal, this expired good, right, out of the political affairs of St. Vincent and Grenadines. I remember many years ago, my brother, a gentleman said to me, you made a political blunder on the platform. Do not say when we get into power, we'll go into office. But these lot here, they have been in power for the last 25 years by the hands of the people.
Okay.
And I want to make a discerning plea to the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, especially in North Windward,
Yeah.
right? The people who are supporting these persons, my brother,
Mm-hmm.
they are the most degraded, financially degraded people in the country. If you look at where they live, I am asking myself, oh God, don't you have any true dignity and pride within yourself? This country has become, my friend, a beggar-made country. The people are just begging them handouts. I said many years ago in 2005 on a platform, the wisdom of Confucius and the philosopher the Long Tongue from China. You give a man a fish, right?
Yeah.
And he will come back to you. He'll feed himself and his family for a day or two.
Mm-hmm.
But you give him the resources to fish, the boat, the engine, the net, the bait, the hooks, and he'll feed himself and his family for a lifetime. These people here want Vincentians to be dependent upon them. Oh God, man. As a nation, people, as a nation, rise up now. Rise up and take a stance against this abominable, barbaric, attitude, this rhetoric for 25 years. Eh? I saw a man last night, a weary guy, as I said, a Neanderthal, a dinosaur, who's supposed to be back in the dark ages for about 10, 15 years ago, trying to beg people to lift him higher. I mean, I would really like to lift him higher, but the higher I lift him, is the harder I'll drop him. Because when he falls,
No. I'm not encouraging that kind of thing.
No, I'm not saying no. I'm saying figuratively. Figuratively, my brother.
Yeah.
Figuratively,
right? Yeah. Okay.
Politically. Politically. I want to lift him higher politically and then drop him politically. You see, like how those wrestlers in the ring, back in the days was Hulk Hogan, was a gentleman called the Junkyard Dog. There was a gentleman called Rick Rude. He used to wind up a nice guy, beautiful looking guy. All those guys seem to have had a heart attack, I guess, because of the drugs that they were using to keep up the stamina to be a wrestler.
Yeah, wrap it up. We got some other callers holding. Wrap it up.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
For taking my call.
No problem.
And you yourself a wonderful evening. I want to tell the nation of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, please, when you go tomorrow, vote with your conscience, your heart, your mind, your soul. Vote for the future of your children. Vote for democracy in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Don't vote for greedy people who have properties in Trinidad who pay their in-laws $50,000 a month.
Yeah, all right then. Okay, all right. We gotta wrap it up. People waiting, man. People waiting. We gotta wrap it up. That story, that's still a story now. People will vote tomorrow. All right. Yeah. I'll get into that. That is a matter that will be litigated, I understand, in the court. I ain't tolerating that right now. Yeah, so I guess that one right there, we know he's going to vote basically for the New Democratic Party. We already heard that clearly. All right, so let's go. 533-9260. You can go ahead and make your call at this time. You can either call via the landline or you can go with the WhatsApp. Caller's gonna have to make the calls very short and to the point. A lot of people seem like I missed about 4 calls, so I'm gonna have to get people to shorten up their calls. All right, let's go. Somebody says, whatever choice that's made is what the nation would have to live with for the next 5 years. Wish is different from reality. If Prime Minister's salary is too high and parties change, would the new party decrease theirs? Okay, so somebody's asking a question. Somebody says the whole of the Caribbean is supporting the US, some openly and some behind the curtain. Yeah, okay, all right. What is this now? Someone says, what about the volcano that burst in St. Vincent, or the people making it out? All right. Okay, guys, so get your calls in, get your calls in, get your calls in. I'm gonna have to start shortening up the calls. I think a lot of persons would have missed the call because um, the individual stayed on a bit too long. Too long. All right, let's go. Let's go. Get your calls in 533-9260 WhatsApp or landline. Let's continue. Let's go down into the next constituency now. This one, South Windward. South Windward actually has been a bastion apparently for the Unity Labour Party. All of the elections gone here. I think since Vincent Beach time they were saying Labour and now Unity Labour Party. Now we have 7,190 registered voters in that constituency. All right. 7,190 registered voters in that constituency. All right. Let's see what happened in the last election, actually. In the last election in the South Windward, we had 6,668 persons actually voting. Out of that, well, the registered voters they were, the votes cast were 4,090. So you had around 6,668, and then you only had the votes casting were what 4090. You had over 2,000 plus persons, over 2,500 people. Over 2,500 people did not cast their vote in South Windward the last election. Yeah, that's correct. And now you have 7,190. So the question is, will those 2,000 plus people who did not vote the last time, will they remain home again in this election? That's something else you have to ask, because that could be low voter turnout right there. But you have 7,190, which means we added a number of persons to the voting list. And if we added more persons, we expect to see a higher turnout. But anyway, someone says to me as an outsider looking in, the NDP doesn't seem to have a definable plan. The definable plan, if they manage to win, things may be chaotic. As someone said, saying that from outside, they said they're looking in from outside of St. Vincent. They said that that's what they're saying. Someone also says, truth, if the ULP comes back to government, I will not come back to St. Vincent. That's what somebody else is saying. Look, call me, express your feelings, man. Don't say people are on the line too long and you're not calling. No, I have to give people the time they want, because you're not you those of you who are saying the line is too long, you're not calling. You need to call. Let's go. Let's go to this constituency, South Windward. So it appears to me that this constituency here, from the last election, South Windward, how many votes were cast there? Right, the ULP got 2,144, and the NDP got 1,925. All right, so we had 2,144, and also in the last election, their NDP got 1,925, which is 1,925. ULP got 2,144. It's not much votes really going apart there in terms of how many the candidates got. If you minus that from what the NDP received in the last election, 219 votes apart. Will the NDP be able to break that down? We'll be able to break it down in this election. Now, if you go with what is happening in South Windward right now, 6,668 minus 7,193, I think, over 500 persons have been added to the list there. Yeah, over 500 have been actually added to the list in South Windward. Remember the ULP I said won by 200 and just over 200 and something votes. Now we have over 500 being added to the list. So what does that mean? All right. So let's move on from there. But that was in the ULP column in the last election. Central Leeward was in the ULP column in the last election. The Southern Grenadines was in the NDP column in the last election. Let's move on to this one. I think everybody's telling me that this one is going to be a foregone conclusion in terms of the way the votes will turn out in this election. South Leeward, big, massive, 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 massive. South Leeward, 8,627 registered voters in South Leeward. That's massive, massive. Grenville Williams, Doris Charles, Nigel Stevenson. Well, of course, Doris is an independent candidate. Williams, of course, was the Attorney General. He had to step down from that position. And you have Nigel Stevenson. Stevenson, of course, has been there for a while. Been winning and winning and winning and winning and winning. If we go back to the last election, South Leeward, you had registered voters 8,141. 8,141. Now it's 8,627, which means we've added some numbers, right? Yeah, we've added some good numbers there. Almost 400 and something, I believe. Yeah, and Stevenson has been there for a while. He's been winning. So let's go to South Leeward here in the last chart in the last 2020 election. Stevenson got actually 2,958. And the ULP candidate, who I think was Jomo Thomas, that in the last election there, got 2,453. Yeah. Yeah. So there you have it. So let's go back to see what is happening here. So someone talks about people coming out tomorrow to vote. I just get this feeling that a lot of people are afraid to talk about an election. I don't know why they're afraid to talk about an election. I don't know why people are afraid. In America, people, the night before an election, a lot of people be on different talk shows. People be calling and saying, the vote is going to. Seen this since in Vincent, everybody's just scared to talk about elections. I don't know. It appears that way to me. I mean, I don't know. Sad. Anyway, someone says from the chat, North Leeward was mighty close. Is that the one vote Carlos district? Yeah, that person's asking. Yes, that's where the one vote actually is. In North Leeward, actually. It's very, very close. It's just one vote. Mighty close. You're very correct. Someone says the election is big, very big. Everyone is coming out tomorrow. Cats, dogs, goats are coming out tomorrow. Cats and dogs are coming out tomorrow. So that is going to be something else. We're going to look for that tomorrow. So we'll see what happens tomorrow with that one. In this constituency here in South Leeward, I think everybody's saying that it's going to be nature again all the way. Oh, people are still afraid of victimization. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. People are still afraid of victimization. I didn't even know that. Till this hour? People still afraid of victimization till this hour? A bunch of jokers about victimization. That's still in? That's still in? Oh, man. I didn't know that was still in. I mean, I listen to all the talk shows for this election season. I've seen all the rallies. I've seen people behavior on social media. People still talk about victimization. I ain't doing nothing, man. That's how they win the long time. Anybody who talk about victimization want a clout. Let's go. Not you, Jackie, not you. East St. George. This is a big one. 9,369 votes is almost 10,000 votes there. Registered voters, actually, in that constituency. That is a lot of people in that constituency. Yeah, wow. 9,369. Let's see what happened in the last election in East St. George. East St. George. Let me see. East St. George. ULP got 2,846. NDP got 2,650. Hold a minute. We had 8,000 registered voters in the last election. 8,636 registered voters. Only 5,556 cast the ballots. What really going on there? 8,636 minus 5,576. You mean to tell me over 3,000 people did not vote in East St. George in the last election? Over 3,000 people did not vote in the last election in East St. George? That's madness, man. That's a lot of people. That's like, but that's the whole Southern Grenadines. What the hell is this? 3,060 people did not vote, apparently. There were 8,000 plus registered in East St. George. Only 5,000 plus voted. So if you minus that, you're getting over 3,000 people. You mean to tell me over 3,000 people did not vote in East St. George? Almost the whole of Southern Grenadines? That is some serious numbers. And now you have 9,369 registered voters. This is big thing. This is big thing, man. Tomorrow look like a mammoth of a turnout, man. Ay, 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 ay. Anyway, that was in the column of the ULP, the last election. Yeah, and certainly was in the column of the NDP. Someone says they can remain home again or even switch because of complacency on the part of the ruling party, or their followers can take what or who they have for granted. This can favor the challenger. All right. So, all right. The number to call is 533-9260. 533-9260. WhatsApp or landline, you can call right now. And let's hear what you have to say about this one. This is Easton Judge. Someone was talking about they do not believe in politics. The voters list need cleaning. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Sad voter turnout last election. There was a time when everyone voted. Mm-mm-mm. Yo. That's a lot of things happening right there. Oh my. Oh my. Let's get back to this one. This is East St. George. So who's taking East St. George though? Based on what you're seeing and what you're hearing on the ground, who do you think is taking East St. George? I don't know. I mean, based on what you're seeing on the ground, based on the momentum you're seeing, based on what you've been seeing among parties, who do you think would take East St. George? I mean, I don't know. But that's a lot of people registered to vote in East St. George, I can tell you that. That's a lot of people registered to vote in East St. George. 9,000, almost 10,000 people registered to vote in East St. George. I expect tomorrow that the turnout in East St. George would be high. I expect that turnout to be very, very high tomorrow in East St. George. If the turnout is low in East St. George tomorrow, I don't know, something definitely wrong. But East St. George is on the mark right there. Let's take a call, man. Let's take a call. Let's say good night to the caller. Good night, caller. Go right ahead.
Yeah. Okay, what's up?
I am good. Tell me what's happening.
I think it's gonna be, I don't know. I think it's gonna be a high turnout on the NDP side.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I saw in 3 seats, maybe 4 will swing to the NDP. I don't, it could be, I don't know what to put the call, but I see the shift
Yeah.
going to the NDP.
Or you're seeing a shift going to the NDP.
Yeah.
So you're thinking in East St. George, the NDP can win the seat. Then you're saying?
Which one? Camilo?
Yeah, that seat in East St. George.
Yeah, I think the NDP campaign longer. The campaign with a different, with more, what people want to hear, pocket the economy.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the seat that Cedric Stephen used to run.
South Windward. Yeah, South Windward. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think that seat could go too. And I think the 2 seats, the 2 Windward and Leeward seat, the 2 up in the north, that could go.
How many
It could be
seats?
so up.
How many seats you think overall the NDP would get? I mean, you sound like you're how many seats you think the NDP would get overall?
I think it could be a 9-6 or 10. I don't know. I don't want to be wrong, but I see if NDP, if ULP lose any seat that they have, NDP win the election.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got you.
And I see that NDP will hold on to the seat, and I see that ULP will lose seat. I could be wrong, but listen to what the Prime Minister campaign.
Yeah.
He didn't campaign real.
But in your mind, you're thinking that the NDP will win the election.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I think I could be wrong. I mean, I could, but it's the sister.
Yeah.
But you could see a lot of ULP people when they're talking, and listen to the radio or something.
Yeah.
That ULP people are very undecided. They might not go out and vote, but NDP will out, and it would be like Trinidad.
It'd be like Trinidad. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because a lot of ULP people are disgruntled.
I got you. Okay, man. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. All right.
Appreciate. All right. So that's another caller. The caller thinks that the NDP can win the elections. That's the caller's view. I think that they can win the election tomorrow. So I was asking who you think will win this seat, and it appears from persons who are online, they're saying Camelo. Somebody says Velox. Somebody said Lavon don't stand a chance. Someone said the seat is going to the NDP. Persons are saying Camelo. Somebody say NDP is winning the election. They say NDP will never win any election. This is what somebody saying there. Somebody says 6 in a row. All them NDP people dreaming. Them go wake up tomorrow night back to reality. Somebody says 9-6. They didn't say who they think. Somebody will says Labour have the coffin ready to bury them. Somebody says Labour 6 straight. NDP 12, ULP 3 seats. That's what Quincy Stowe is saying there. It says, too bad the SVG system doesn't have debates like here in the US, at least not that I've seen. The candidates going head to head with a question and answer would be great. We've passed the time for that, actually. If that was to happen, we've already passed the time when that would happen. So right now, it's just people going to the polling booth and voting. Carlston says NDP. Listen, I need to hear from somebody else. 533-9260. Call me WhatsApp or call me landline. 533-9260. I need to hear from somebody else in terms of that East St. George seat. It seems like East St. George seat is going to be a hell of a seat in tomorrow's election. So anybody else wanna bring me up on that one? Call me quickly. I want to move on from East St. George, but I think somebody else want to talk about East St. George. Let me take another call from take this call in quickly. Hello, good night.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, how are you doing?
I'm great.
Go right ahead, please.
Following your discussion online, I just want to engage you a little bit in you were making reference to some interesting statistics earlier on. And I got in when you were indicating the increase in the voter registration in the various constituencies.
Yeah.
Something has occurred to me with the numbers you are indicating. From the 2022, 2023, 2024 census, the population seems to be floating in the region of between 100 and 103,000 people.
Yep.
We have the voters list. I think I saw it somewhere today where I read it, where the Electoral Commission has indicated that there's a little over 101,000 electors that are registered to vote, to participate in the election. Now, that is making some interesting reading, because you're having numbers that are suggesting that the entire population is eligible to vote.
Yeah.
Looking at the raw numbers.
Yeah, 101,744. Yeah.
Right. And the 2024 census is suggesting that the population is just about 103,000.
Absolutely.
So there's a phenomenon there.
So babies, you're saying babies are voting? That's what you're saying? Okay.
Well, no. Not that babies are voting. It suggests to me One, that the list is seriously bloated. That could be accounted for persons who may have migrated from the country.
Correct.
But still remains on the list.
Absolutely.
Or persons who would have been deceased, who were not removed from the list. Now, if you have a commission that is managing an electoral process effectively, the electoral commission is like the king's guard.
Yes.
They protect the king. The electoral commission is the vanguard to our democracy.
Correct.
It cannot be acceptable that you have a population of about 103,000, let's say for the purpose of the conversation, 105,000 people.
Correct.
And you have a voters list of 101,000 people.
Yeah.
It suggests to me that something is wrong with the system. The system is broken. Because where you have an inflated voters list, it can lead to nefarious activities that can prejudice an election one way or the other. Now, mind you, I'm not suggesting that there's anything untoward that's happening.
Correct.
I'm suggesting that the voters list needs to be reflecting more accurately what the. I know there will be, it will take some time for information to be gathered in terms of persons who have passed. There's a process. You have to acquire death certificates and stuff like that. But I don't know what system is in place.
Well, there has been a debate. This debate has been an ongoing debate. It's like a never-ending. It's like when you go into university and it's just never-ending. You're not finishing school at all. It's been going on for far too long, and it cannot be that difficult in today's advanced societies, as people would say, where you have computers and you store computers for everything, and death certificates are on computers, people's names are in a database. It cannot be so hard for something to be going on so long that you cannot clean up a voters list.
Well, you're absolutely right.
And
that's exactly where I'm going.
Nobody has been a never-ending debate in the parliament, outside of the parliament. I don't know what is the problem, and I just can't see what the problem really is. It's just something that is just ridiculous. You cannot have a country with 103,000 a population there, and you have a voters list of 101 plus thousand people. It's just impossible. Anyway you look at it.
Well, something that's hence the reason I'm saying when you look at the figures, then it is suggesting to me something is wrong. Now, it could very well be that which would be very damning for the incumbent. That if you have a situation where that much or that many people are migrating from your country, that's always a problem.
Right. So the list is what? List over the years, what we've heard in and out of parliament is that people who have died, they're still on the list. People who have migrated, they're still on the list.
Now that presents a problem.
Right.
And it's a problem that needs to be rectified. And if it is that the powers that be, and by extension the Electoral Commission, if you have recognized that the list is heavily inflated because of persons who are deceased, who are still on the list over the years, then it tells me that there needs to be voter registration, re-registration. And re-registration in the sense can take different forms.
Yes, they can. Yes,
however, it is suggesting that it needs to be done. I happen to believe, however, as a citizen of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, that citizens should not be debarred, disqualified from registering on the basis that they reside somewhere else.
I got you.
I happen to share the opinion that once you are a citizen and you can verify your citizenship,
yes,
you should be allowed to register to vote wherever in the world you are. Doesn't matter where you live. Once you are from that land, you should be entitled like anybody else. Because guess what? We all make contribution to the development of our country.
correct.
And if I am good enough to work outside of the country, invest in St. Vincent, remittances are being sent, taxes are being paid, I'm doing everything that an upstanding citizen should do.
Yes.
But by the mere fact that I do not reside in the country, I am disqualified from registering, and by extension, I'm disqualified from participating in that democratic process. I don't share that view at all.
Okay.
But anyway, that's one issue. I hope. I mean, if I'm taking up too much time, let me know, because I can always get off and give other people an opportunity. If you can guide me.
No, if you have any other points, you can run through quickly because they have some calls waiting, but you could go through quickly.
Okay, good. I'll just take maybe another 30 seconds. In reference to the election itself, I know you have been asking the question, and interestingly, you said a while ago that you don't know that people are still afraid to share their opinion on election and election matters so close to an election. However, it tells you something. That people are fearful of expressing an opinion on something, on a process that is so important to the development of the country, to their future, their children's future, the direction in which you want the country to go. Go ahead.
I kind of differ because when I looked at the election campaign, that's why I want to differ on that, because when I looked at the election campaign, and I can't see in my mind still that people are afraid to say what they want to say when it comes to election. I think what the problem is in small societies, a lot of people know one another's voice. So if a man calls in and said, well, I think they're going to win tomorrow, or I think this one is going to win, Labour he vote, NDP he vote, I think that is where the problem is coming. I don't think it's that they're afraid to talk about it. I think that's where the problem is coming from.
So why you're blowing hot and cold in that respect?
No, it's not hot and cold. I'm just saying
hot and cold in the sense that the reason why you're saying that it's a small society and people can recognize people.
Yes, so some people. That's what I said. People are thinking. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that is the problem. I said that's how people are thinking. I've listened to a lot of people.
I understand what you're saying. I get that.
Right.
I get that. But what I'm saying is that, but it's because of the fear of being identified by voice. Let's say, for example, that I work for the government. In whatever capacity. If you don't dare speak and criticize or give an opinion that is different to those in power, because after the election, probably even before the election, you don't have a job, and that's the reality that most people have been experiencing and have been living. That's part of the problem.
I wonder what. Anyway, but this thing I like to challenge it because I think it's a bunch of hullabaloo. People talk about the afraid and victimization thing. I just think it's a bunch of hullabaloo based on certain things I've seen.
Listen,
but
at the end of the
that's another discussion. That's another discussion for another time. But
that's fine.
Yeah,
just quickly, another 10 seconds.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just another 10 seconds. I think that there is the wind of change is blowing. I think that the incumbent is feeling that wind of change.
Okay.
And I do believe there will be a change of government.
Okay, all right.
The Communist Party, he has done well. I once supported the comrade. He's a gifted individual. He has done his time. He has made his contribution, but one should recognize when the time has come for you to leave the scene, and this time has come for him to leave the scene.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. Really appreciate it. All right, so that's the caller we had there. Listen, this thing about this fair thing, what I'm saying, right? I think people in their mind have a fair thing, but there's no fair actually. I think in their mind, there is something they call fair, but there's no fair thing going on. When you look at this campaign, this last election campaign you have going on here, I can't see I can't see any fair really in people. People just have this thing in their head. I think some people have it in their head. I think some people have it in their head. But I don't think it really exists. Because when you look at this campaign here, no, 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 no. That fair thing is a waste of time thing. And a fair thing. I think some people probably have it in the head. But when I look at this last campaign here, no, 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 no. Anyway, let's continue. Let's continue. Let's move on from Eastern George and Eastern George. I think we had enough on Eastern George right there. All right. All you don't, the guy is right. People are afraid that they don't have no freedom of speech, and okay. Well, if after this election you still seeing people don't have freedom of speech, the very strange thing. I like to talk about this freedom of speech. A very strange thing. I heard somebody who was saying that this place is a dictatorship. All of a sudden telling me when they blowing you on, somebody told them they had to take it down a bit because they said, but it's a democracy, why I can't blow my hand. So democracy is convenient, and when it's not convenient, is it a dictatorship? All those nonsense people talk. You don't like to live in a dictatorship. Absolute rubbish. Let's continue anyway. Let's continue to this one. I think this one is gonna be a kingmaker. West Kingston. West Kingston. West Kingston. What do you think about this one? I think I missed a call. I think I missed about 3 calls. West Kingston. This one here, people tell me this one gone straight. They say don't even talk about that. Don't even try to contest it. They say that gone straight. Yeah, they say that one gone straight. Let me see if I could get back this caller. Yeah, they say that one gone straight. Let's see if we could get back this caller on the line. Trying to get back this caller. All right. Looks like we'll not be able to get that person back in tonight. All right. So, yes, good night. I missed a call from this number.
Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody was probably trying to call. Yes.
Oh, somebody's probably trying to call the program. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. No problem. All right. Thanks. All right. So somebody was trying to call the program, so we missed that call. All right. So let's get back. Let's get back to West Kingston. West Kingston has 7,226 registered voters in this election. Kisal Peters, first timer. Daniel Cummins, long timer. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? I think this is going right back into the column of the new Democratic Party. I really want to believe that. I want to believe that. I want to believe this is going back into the column of the new Democratic Party. I could say that without any contradiction. I believe so. I really believe so. Let's look at the last tally sheet for West Kingston. Where was it? 6,840. The votes cast were 4,288. The ULP. Let's take a call here quickly. Let's take a call quickly. Yes, good night. Go right ahead.
Hi, good night.
Yes, good night. Go ahead. We're hearing you.
So yes, NDP have 7 seats, correct? And ULP have 8 seats. And NDP only need 1 seat.
You said ULP have. You said they said the NDP have how many seats? 6 seats.
7.
7 seats. Oh, okay. 7
And
from
ULP
when?
have 8.
Which that's a new poll or from the last election you're talking
No,
about?
I'm asking you how many seats NDP have now?
Oh, NDP currently from the last election has 6 seats.
6 seats.
Yes.
Okay. And ULP
From the
have
last election,
9
9 seats. Yes.
9 seats.
Yes.
Okay. So NDP only need 3 seats to form government. I said NDP just need 3 seats to form government.
Yes,
correct?
I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
Okay. So now it's not impossible.
Mhm.
I see 5 seats up for grabs from the ULP.
Okay.
And out of that 5 seats, they only need 3. And it's not impossible that they can get that 3 seats from that 5 seats that is up for grabs.
What are those 5 seats you're seeing? What are those 5 seats?
The 2
Mm-hmm.
out, the 2 female seats. Okay?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And the 3 down Leeward.
So North Leeward you're seeing up for grabs. Central Leeward you're seeing it's up for grabs. So that's 2 because South Leeward is already in the column of the NDP. So you're seeing 2 seats in the Leeward end, which you're saying NDP can get those. So let's move on to the other 2. You're saying North Windward.
Yeah, the 2 female seats.
Okay. And then we need another one.
So I'm saying the 2 female seats and Dr. Shallow and
So the 2 female seats you're talking about, Lavo and Velox.
Yes.
And Chevron John.
Yes.
So that's 2 seats there. And then on the Leeward end you're saying Dr. Shallow and Conroy Huggins in Central Leeward. So that's 4 seats you're giving me already.
And Bruce.
And you're saying Bruce will defeat Soboto. And that's the 5 seats.
Yes, there's a high possibility that could happen.
Okay.
And even that Teach could win his seat too.
Mm-hmm. So basically, well, they only really need 2 seats really if they're going to form government. They have 6, they need 2.
That's
7,
what
8.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
So you're giving them 5 seats along with the 6 that they currently have.
Thank you very much. Yes, and it's not impossible.
Okay. Nothing is impossible in life. Nothing is impossible. Anything can happen in life. Anything.
Because
that's correct.
Since I came on here and following your program with the numbers, with a lot of people shifting and who haven't been voted, keep in mind that NDP won the majority of the votes last election.
Okay.
And that is very, very important.
Okay.
I understand it's first past the poll. It's not like in the US.
Yeah. We go with seats. Yeah, we go with the seat. Yeah, we go with You know?
So they just need 3 and they have 5 winnable seats.
Okay.
I can see tomorrow NDP forming government.
Okay.
And we will form government. And that's why I said 12-3.
Okay. 12-3. All right. Okay. All right. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. So our caller is saying 12-3 in favor of the NDP. All right. Thank you very much, caller.
Because we just need 3 out of 5.
Okay.
We don't have to get the whole 5.
Okay. All right then.
So we put in everybody on the boundary.
Okay.
It's 1 ball, 6 runs. You have to hit 6 to win. But we have everybody on the boundary tomorrow.
Okay.
So we must catch them.
Okay then.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. All right. So that's another caller right there. Well, I tell you what. Let me just take this call first before I get into this. Well, somebody was replying. Caller, give me 1 second there. Somebody says that somebody says here that Chevron is not winning. They said Bruce is not winning, and they said that woman cannot beat Grace. All right, tomorrow's election day. Let's continue. Caller, go right ahead.
So, it's interesting analysis. Sorry I had to come back, but one of the primary points I wanted to make in reference to the stats you were giving earlier on, with the increase in the voters' registration. Now, if you look at the numbers, you would notice that the addition to the voters list in terms of the numbers over the last election are significantly higher than the margin of victory.
Correct.
What that suggests is that, unlike what that caller was saying a while ago, that the NDP has 6 seats, the NDP has 0 seats.
Yeah, you start at 0 on election day.
and the Labour Party has 0 seats.
Absolutely.
No, I'm saying so deliberately.
Okay.
Because of the very numbers you were giving earlier on.
All right.
Because it is suggesting that you have a wave of young registrants who can very well be the determining factor in this election.
Yeah. Okay.
And so I think the party that is able to mobilize those new registrants may very well determine the direction in which the election may go. So I don't think that anyone can comfortably say that they're safe in their seats when you look at those figures. Because, if, for example, I think North Windward has almost 500 new registrants.
About that. It's about that.
With a margin of victory in the last election of less than 250 votes. You get the point I'm making?
Yep. Not Winwood, I think let me see something. Not Winwood, it was 2669 to 26 or 7, so it's basically about 60 something votes apart. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you have under 100 votes determining the election, and you have hundreds of new
registrants,
then no one can say they're safe in those circumstances.
Yeah, everything starts from 0 tomorrow, my friend.
Starts from 0. You might be very well surprised, but the seat in North Leeward, I heard the gentleman referenced earlier on. I think the Minister of Tourism is going to have a very difficult time.
Okay.
I think Carlos is going to probably walk out of that election being a defeated man.
Okay, then. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not sure.
That's why we have. That's why we have elections, to see what happens.
To see what happens.
Anyway,
there you go.
Yeah, man.
I'll give the callers an opportunity.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right. No problem. Thanks a lot for calling. All right. So So anybody, you can call back. I think I missed 2 calls there, but you can call back. All right. So let's go back to what they were saying in the chat section. Somebody says NDP trying to win 1 seat since 2010 to form government, and they could not get it. Them go get it. Then we'll get 3. Somebody's saying that. Somebody says Kisal. Somebody says they currently hold 6, so they would only need 2, making it 8 majority color. Your maths ain't mathsing. Somebody says Chevron is not winning. Somebody says neither is Bruce. Somebody says this woman cannot beat Grace. Let's see if we could take another call. Hello, good night. Go right ahead, you're live.
Hello?
Go right ahead, good night.
Yeah, Miss Cookie.
Yeah, you're live. Go ahead. We're hearing you.
Okay. Okay, now we have an election, right? There are 2 parties, so
yeah,
one the other would win. But
you're gonna have to turn down what you're listening to, because we're getting all that feedback coming through with us. So you have to turn that right down, whatever you're listening to. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So what I'm concerned about is not so much who wins, right?
Yeah.
Let me look at the different scenario, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
If the NDP should lose the election, they would be in a better position as an opposition rather than if the ULP were to lose.
Okay.
Okay. The situation with a new leader for the ULP should have been decided before this election.
Okay.
Right would have been running, but not as Prime Minister. He would have been government someone. You see, if the ULP should lose, the NDP already 25 years old in opposition. If they lose, they know what they're doing.
Okay.
But is the ULP prepared for that? Will Ralph be prepared to be opposition leader for the next 5 years? Or will he now want to choose a new leader now that he has lost?
I got you.
And then he cannot say, well, I can't make it, because he wants to make it if he wins to be an Prime Minister for the next 5 years. So he's basically putting himself in a hard spot if he should lose.
Okay.
You with me?
I got you. Why did you say if the NDP lost the election tomorrow, it would be in a better they would be in a better position? Why are you saying that though?
No, what's in? They'll be in a position for 25 years.
Oh,
So
okay. Okay.
they could continue being that.
Okay.
Very easily.
Okay. Okay.
What they have not shown me though is that they have learned quickly over 25 years. Because should they win, they won't get 25 years to get their act together.
I got you.
I don't think going forward parties would have as much time as the last one has.
Okay.
This generation is very impatient. So they will have to deliver the goods. They have to set a standard where they promise a lot of things in 60 days and 100 days.
Yeah.
I think it doesn't haunt them. The electorate seem to be gravitating towards people who promise free things, quick things.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way. We have a problem arising now in the Caribbean with war and the US.
Yes.
The peace teams, mum and dumb. There are some foreign forces fighting around with all kind of domestic things that basically you can see what the glory really is. So there are some questions not being answered by the end.
Yeah.
But just riding on Ralph Wolf, Ralph Faith, time to go. And I am not sure we know what to expect. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thanks a lot for calling. Appreciate that. All right. So so the caller made some very interesting points, and we want to thank him for calling in to the program. All right, let's see what else is happening here. Somebody says you need to realize NDP voters always going out and vote, but if the ULP supporters go out and vote, the ULP would be back in government. Somebody said somebody says, how can you need 3 out of 5 when there is a new election? My God. Hello, cut off that call. All right. Somebody else here says, well, the decision is still with the people. Somebody says it will be 13-2, 14-1 in favor of the NDP. Maracay will be a close call. Well, make up your mind, no, man. It will be 13-2, 14-1 in favor of NDP. It's either one of the, they can't be two of them anyway. A lot of opinion shared here lacks objective analysis, they're saying. Somebody says Labour all the way. Exactly, good call. Somebody says I know Labour dead. Somebody says I agree with you. Labour winning again, and that is what getting them vexed. Somebody says, well, it's the crowd they are watching and saying they win. Let me see. Let me see what else is going on here. Boy, this thing here. Tomorrow is going to be a battle royal. Anyhow you look at it, tomorrow it's going to be a good one. I'll tell you why. It's going to be good because it's going to be historic, because if the ULP wins, it will be a 6-term straight, which nobody never did in St. Vincent or even the Caribbean. And if the NDP wins, it's going to be great because it will be the first time a party would be in opposition for 25 years. It's actually going to be going to government. If they lose, it's going to be even more historic again because it'll be another opposition party for 30 years, going on for 30 years in opposition. It's going to be crazy. All right, let's see what is happening. So West Kingston, they're saying that that's in the column of the NDP. Let's continue with this one. What do you guys think about this one, though? West St. George, Curtis King, Kiana Kittels, Kishaka Cupid. Kishaka Cupid, Kiana Kittels, Curtis King. I don't know. What do you think about this one? That 8,000 plus people in that constituency. Let me see how much people. NDP will acquire 8 to 9 seats. Okay. Let me see what's happening up here in the last election in West St. George. Where did the vote go in West St. George? 7,000. Let me see. 4,000 votes cast out of 7,000 plus. That's crazy, man. That's a lot of people did not vote in the last election as well too, in that area over there. So let's see what's gonna happen in this rounds. So this is West St. George. We have King, Kittels, Kashaka Cupid. Those are the persons who will be contesting tomorrow. I think someone said that people don't vote for independent candidates. So they're saying that doesn't make any sense. That's what somebody's saying here. They're also saying that Curtis King would actually go back with win the seat again. That's what somebody's saying. So we'll see what happens tomorrow when the people go into the polling station and they come out. All right. Let's get back into this one right here. Let's see who else is on the ticket right here. Well, this one, everybody's saying that Jimmy definitely is going to regain the Maraca constituency. That's just what it is. They're saying that Jimmy will retain that seat. That's what they're saying. All right. So, oh no, that's what it is. There's 7,000 plus voters in Maraqua. It looks like Mr. Sinclair Prince. Definitely, they're saying that Jimmy all the way. That's what they're saying there. All right, so that's an easy one. I think people are saying, so we can move on from Jimmy. This is the mother of all. I want people to call me on this one. This is the mother of all. This one here. This one here. This one here is the mother of all. This one right here is the mother of all. This one right here is the mother of all. 6,445 registered voters. Carlos Williams, Kishore Jalo. This one is the mother, they're saying, of all. It's not even the election people are calling the mother of all elections. They're saying this one here, because it's 15 different elections you're having tomorrow. They say this one is the mother of all. This one here. Call me. I need to hear from you on this one here. This one here is going to be a very interesting one. Well, first of all, you have two young professionals here battling it out. That's the first thing. Two young professionals. One's a lawyer, one is a business professional, one a head of cricket, while the other one is a current MP. Well, not the MP Parliament Bureau, really. He's gonna fight for his seat again. But what I'm saying is that I don't know. This is going to be a seat everybody's going to be looking at tomorrow night. I believe all lawyers, all voters, all pundits, everybody's going to be looking at this seat. This is the seat. But the number to call is 533-9260. It's on the screen. People are asking me about the number. The number is right there on the screen to call. What I will have to do for this number here, because it looks like a lot of people, I don't know if they're not seeing the number, but the number is right there. So what I'll do, I'll put the number in the bar that is scrolling so people will be able to see the number. That's the number right there. You see it? You see the number scrolling right there? That's the number right there. You call me on the number right now. I'm going to leave the number scrolling at the bottom. Maybe people will see it better there. It's scrolling right now. So here's what's happening right now. North Leeward is going to be a seat that everybody's going to pay attention to. Carlos James, Kishore Shallow. Why everybody's going to pay attention to that seat tomorrow? You know why? Because in the last election, North Leeward was won by one vote. Look at there. 2,271 for ULP, 2,270 for NDP. That's right. You had 6,182 registered voters. Somehow, only 4,580 came out to play. So you see where the problem is, right? That's where it is. People didn't vote the last election. Let's take a call. Let's take another call right there. So that's not Leeward. That's going to be an interesting one. Go right ahead, caller. Good night.
Yes, good night, sir.
Yes, good night.
I am reading through the comments and I'm listening to the calls. What I'm hearing is a lot of emotions and not reasoning.
Okay.
I am hearing, I've been paying a lot of attention to the stats, yeah?
Yes.
And I'm hearing about the increase of votes. Now, when you look at increase between 2010 and 2015 and 2015 and 2020, the numbers are not so far off. It is not safe to say that because you have 400 more persons registering, that half of that is going to vote, because it is never the case.
Correct.
Right? So I am hearing a lot of emotions in what people are saying. Carlos lost to Atel in 2015 by 12.
Mm-hmm.
In 2020, he got 13 more votes.
Yeah.
Passé,
Mm-hmm.
to take it over. He could not even get 50, 60, 70.
Right.
And respectfully, Atel was not the strongest candidate.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, I am on the ground down there. That seat is a no-no for him, for Carlos.
Mm-hmm.
That's a no-no. I think anybody, and remember, even the Prime Minister said that he's short of 8, and he has 9.
Right. So
right?
So you're saying basically he's already given up on one.
He has.
Right. Although he never pronounced which
he
one.
He didn't say which one, but
right.
we reasonable, so we understand.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And I have been saying this online all the time.
Mm-hmm.
There's one party that is progressively growing over the years.
Mm-hmm.
It is the NDP. Mm-hmm. In popular votes. Right. It has been growing. Mm-hmm. Because my reasoning songs, it's not popular, but NDP started this race for the past 20 years or so.
Correct.
At 23,000 votes.
Correct.
It is at 32.
Mm-hmm.
The ULP started at 32,000, and the last election they got the same 32,000. They only increased by about 44. Mm-hmm. So we see where the younger population, if we want to go down that road, might be leaning, because it is the part that is growing. It has grown over the years by at least 9,000 votes.
So you're saying with the NDP, you're seeing a natural progression over the years.
Over the years.
And with the Unity Labour Party, you're seeing a stagnation, basically.
The only year the ULP grew is between 2010 and 2015, where they grabbed 34,000 votes and then dropped it back. Right. So it says that it is a party that is stagnant. Mm-hmm. I think the confidence is pretensive. Yeah. If you look at South Windward, I think that is where Vincent might have run.
Yes.
Is it South
Windward, yeah.
Vincent Beach won that seat with over 1,400 votes. Mm-hmm. His son did 1,300.
Yeah.
I think Frederick might have done 12 when he started. Mm-hmm. He ended at 2. It is the seat that seems to be going against the ULP the fastest.
Okay.
And people are not really watching that seat. Mm-hmm. The Prime Minister said he has 8 safe seats.
Right.
And I do not think a few of those seats are very safe in the sense of the majority in which they lose. Mm-hmm. Per election, they lose close to 250. Some of these seats lose close to 250 votes per election, a half.
Yeah.
Per election. So if that change, and I hear people saying, well, people are turning out to vote. Not Windward had more votes than the previous elections.
Correct.
In 2015, it had 73% people turning out. Mm-hmm. In 2020, it is in the 60s. I think it might be between 67 and 69. Can't remember. But in North Windward, you did not see a decrease of votes. You saw an increase. Mm-hmm. But a greater percentage of the increase went to Chevron.
Okay.
You pay attention to Sandy Bay. Mm-hmm. 2015 and 2020.
So in 20,
you see the inroads he took.
So in 2015, right? If we look at the amount of registered voters, it was 6,295.
Right.
If we look at 2020, right? In 2020, North Windward was 6,887 registered voters.
So what was the increase like?
So you see the growth. You had, so basically it was 6295, and then in 2020 it went to 6887. So that's about probably right. So you could see about close to 400, right?
So the numbers are almost similar.
Right. So and then if you go to the polling stations in 2015. And you come down, you start even at Fancy, and you go down, you would notice at Fancy, you will see ULP with 130, NDP with 27. You see Owia 208 for NDP, 112. Basically, if you look at the numbers going down, Sandy Bay was heavy for Unity Labour Party, of course, right?
Right.
But all other areas apparently showed high numbers for the NDP.
And it's a trend that is continuous.
Yeah, it appears that way.
That's what I'm saying. So when I reach you, and I keep telling I'm a pastor. I keep telling people, when we are emotional, we're not rational enough.
Okay.
Everybody have emotions, but when you're too emotional, you're not rational. I tell people, don't listen to what others are saying. Go through the stats yourself. Because this talk about voters list grew to this extent. It has always been growing. The numbers are not much different.
Yeah, the numbers have been,
You understand? Now, you have to look at the trend of the people. When you watch a party, and I guess it is natural, but when you watch a party start at a lead of 1,400, and now you barely made 200, 230, and you're losing votes. I think around 2015, that guy Steven Frederick, he won by about 700 votes.
Yeah.
And then in 2020, he won by 2 something. That is you shaping. I mean, less people voted, but when you look at the numbers of less people voted, if you add it back to him, so I add the numbers that didn't vote 2020. So 2015, he said he had a number. I add it back. He would have won by about 300 votes still. That is small. It means that he lost over half of what he had in 2015. If that trend continues, if that I can't judge that seat because there's a new candidate.
Okay.
So you don't know what he would do. But if the trend continues, they are not winning that seat.
Okay.
I heard Jomo Thomas saying that they would leap home. ULP is not good. If they win back this election, they're not winning it confidently, and they're not going to win with popular votes because the popular votes keep going to one party.
Okay, I got you.
So I am saying, if they win, you're looking at the NDP is going to have a majority vote of over 3,000.
If they win the elections, you say over 3,000.
If the ULP wins, they're not going to win the popular votes. They're going to lose. The NDP is going to surpass 2,500. I give them about 3,500 in the popular votes ahead of the ULP.
In this election?
Yes.
Okay.
But to tell you why I say that, the trend leans towards them. Every seat the NDP has, there is no seat that they're going to lose, get less votes in.
Okay.
None of them. Sinclair is going to do better.
Yeah.
Waterman is going to do better. Because in 2015, they dropped from 2010 because there was a massive increase. I don't know where it came from. So in 2015, both of them lost support in comparison to 2010. But in 2020, they took it back up.
I got you.
Understand? So you and the younger votes do not go to the ULP. Somehow, whatever is added in votes, a percentage of it is always, you notice it hanging on to the NDP. To move from 23,000 in 2020 in 2001 to 30,000 in 2010. In 10 years, the NDP grew by over 6,000 to 7,000 votes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they got 23,844 in 2001, and the ULP got 32,925, and in 2005, the NDP ended up with 25,734, and the ULP got 32,006, and by 2010, the NDP was rolling at 30,568, and the ULP was just about 32,099. So, as you said, there was a natural progression towards the NDP, rebuilding, right?
Yes.
And you're saying basically, if you look at that trend, you're saying the NDP will win the election tomorrow. That's what you're saying.
I told somebody for chances. It sounds weird, but I give the NDP a 70 to 75% chance of win, and the ULP a 50 to 55% chance.
Well,
It sounds weird, but that's what I'm saying.
Well, if you were looking at these trends and you're basing on these trends, I thought you'd have given them about 90% of winning then.
No. The reason why I can't do that, right?
Yes.
Is to win what seats.
Yes.
If NDP is to win them, I don't really see them winning them by great margins.
Okay, I got you.
Right?
I got you.
Except in Chevron, because I keep seeing people saying Chevron can't win. No, that's a foolish notion.
Okay.
Because this lady took the NDP give the NDP over 2,600 votes. Nobody could have crossed the threshold.
Yes.
She did it. She is a strong. I wish we could be, as people, we are educated people. I don't like the emotions. She is a very, very strong candidate. Okay. Chevron is not a walkover. I am not saying she has to win, but she is not a walkover. She's a strong politician.
Okay.
So is Shallow. Shallow is green. He's young.
Yes.
But Shallow came in with something there that is unusual. That people are already marking him to be a leader. People
What did Shallow come in with that is unusual? Tell me. What did he come in with?
Boldness. A kind of political aggression that the NDP did not have.
Okay.
The only person that might have had some of that is Leacock and Cummins. But not speaking in the air either, but strategic.
All right, I got you.
He's a strategic young. He's strategic. I don't think Carlos is that weak, I think Carlos met somebody stronger than him. In the sense, what is that a area that give you 500 and 600 vote in majority? Not what is a split constituency.
I got you.
Right? I got you. Because even notice how Patel won in 2010, in 2015.
Yeah, correct. Correct.
So it's not a big NDP area, a big ULP area, but listen, I could just tell you something personal. If I tell you that this man has gotten people to turn out to vote, Shallow, that is in the 60s and the 40s, that never voted.
Wow. All right.
So he's not a weak. He's shallow. I'm sorry. He has the edge.
Yes.
He has the edge. He has a big edge too.
So really, so tomorrow you are hopeful that the New Democratic Party will win the elections, and you're giving them how many seats before you wrap up? How much you said you're giving them? At least what?
Okay. Realistically, I believe that Teacher John could win his seat. I really believe that.
Yeah.
And somebody else.
So how much are we looking at? How much are we looking at? 8, 9, 10?
10,
okay. 5. Okay. All right. Thanks a lot. All right. Appreciate it. All right. That's a good caller right there. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's a good caller right there. He's a 10-5. He said Carlos not going to win the seat. He said Shallow came in with a lot of brilliance, basically. So Shallow is going to win the seat. That's what he said. Somebody says if the NDP takes the popular vote again, we'll have to look at the system. Somebody says the arguments are NDP is increasing in votes and many people do not turn out to vote. Something is puzzling. Somebody else says, and she's growing stronger from 2020 to present day. Somebody says, what is this thing about Dr. Friday, Canadian citizenship? What about somebody says Shallow came in with arrogance? Somebody says, but we don't know how the people will vote for Grace. Ryland Hill, Big Bush, the state of the road is bad when rain come. Okay, that's in nature constituency, I think. Somebody says this man talking truth. General elections in the region are now roadmaps compliance with U.S. foreign policies. Are you from North Leeward? So you're talking about North Leeward? Yeah, I think the guy is actually from North Leeward. But he can, even if he's not from North Leeward and he's from St. Vincent, he can speak about all over St. Vincent. All right. Very good caller. Somebody says real talk. Somebody says, yeah. All right. It seems Vinci fed up with Labour, but NDP links to Kamala Party is worrying, but it's not my call. Somebody from overseas is saying that. All right. So we move off of North Leeward now. I think we already went a lot with Notley. Well, let's see what else we have in the corner here we could pick up tonight. Well, East Kingston. East Kingston, I think people are saying that Luke stands a chance this time around. I don't know. I don't I don't know. I don't know. I'm just trying to be very realistic, you know. Um, the numbers are very telling. The numbers are very telling. Um, I think what is going to happen is that Luke will increase his votes, I believe. But I can't tell you he's going to win. I can't say that. I can't tell you. I can't tell you that. I really can't. I'll just being honest. I can't tell you he's going to win. Um, Let me tell you something. I was looking for this all day long. Let me see if I can find it back. Hold on. I was trying to hold on. I was trying to find this. Somebody gave me this. I was asking around all day for this. So let me give you the information now. These are the things that if you need them, they're very scarce right now at the pharmacies and you may need for tomorrow night, but let me give you them. Alcolado is very low. Most of the pharmacies they're saying they're sold out almost all. Um, Paracetamol also almost everything is gone. Rubbing alcohol, the only place you may be able to find this now maybe I think Cooke. You might find at Cooke and also Jimmy. Smelling salts apparently out the window. Baby aspirin, a lot have been sold. They're saying a lot. That is one of the biggest sellers the pharmacy is telling me has been sold since last week. Baby aspirin. I don't know why, but baby aspirin has been sold a lot since last week. Valium, which is for anxiety. People use it for anxiety and depression and all these things. All of the Valium, basically all the pharmacies are basically out of diazepam, the Valium. I think you may get at Jimmy as well too. So if you need Valium, you may have to check Jimmy because it appears that that has gone too. High blood pressure pills have been selling a lot over the last 2 weeks. The high blood pressure pills, whatever brand you're looking for, they've been selling a lot over the last 2 weeks. So it appears that the Valium, which is for anxiety and depression and those things, they are basically out according to the information from the pharmacies. The high blood pressure pills have been selling a lot. A lot of blood pressure pills have been selling, all brands, whatever brands you're looking at for, they've been selling a lot. Almost people, Jimmy may have, like I said, the aspirin, the baby aspirin, which is for your blood to make sure that you're saying this with your heart and your blood functions properly so you won't get a heart attack. I believe they're saying that has just sold. It has sold, just sold. So my thing is there is something that is called I think it's called Kwang Lang. It's a product that is also good for high blood pressure. So people, if you want to go natural, you probably could get that. But for most persons, the pharmacies are out of let me tell you what they're out of. Most of them are now out of the Valium, which is for anxiety. Baby aspirin, a lot have been sold, and high blood pressure pills. These things have gone like out, 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 out. I think Jimmy may have some of these things. But Valium comes from a plant, I think it's the mellows plant, so you can actually get that. And if you drink that bush, what is the bush name again? You can use oregano and those things too. You can use them too. But yes, raw garlic is good too. Raw garlic is good too. But right now, out the right, so the baby aspirin is blood thinners. That's prevent clots because that's a hell of a thing. Somebody's advocating that people can drink coconut water, cucumber as well, cucumber. So what the pharmacies in St. Vincent, so that's the information I'm getting from people. The Valium, which is for anxiety, the blood pressure pills, the baby aspirin, sold to the just sold, man, just sold. I'm telling you this, they've been selling like crazy. They've been selling like crazy. I am not sure if the adult pampers, I guess they will still have adult pampers. I believe they'll still have adult pampers. But that is what is happening right now. So let's get back to this thing. But I'm just letting people know what is out and what may not be in tomorrow. All right. Someone says a lot of diazepam, olazepam. in the same family. They say they're very, very scarce. Peppermint tea and soursop will make you sleep. Ashwagandha too. But hey, based on what I see taking place, it's best people go and drink soursop bush tomorrow night because a lot of them will need to take a rest. Trust me. So maybe they should go and drink that soursop bush tomorrow. And when they're small, they used to give babies soursop bush to drink so that they can go to sleep. So maybe they should give them soursop bush tomorrow night. Someone says hibiscus tea is very good for high blood pressure. Yes, that's what I heard. Someone says that drink ganja wine is good for everything. All right. Someone says we're bringing home the big win, NDP all the way. So let me get back to the candidates now. I think we were at no, I think we were at this one. Yeah. Let me see. Well, we passed that already. I think this is the one that we are at right now. I think we skipped this one. Yeah. Yeah. Someone says the BP meds being in short supply is dangerous. Just the days off, these can really jack you up. Yeah, that's what I understand. That's why I don't really advocate for these. I tend to want people when they start saying about, high blood pressure or even diabetes, you should try the natural remedies first instead of, all right. Right. So somebody was saying I was at East Kingston. That's what somebody was saying. I was at East Kingston. I'm going back all the way down. Yeah, I think where was I now? Let me see. Yeah, let me see if we could find back these people. I think we went through that already. We went through this already. We went through Velox already. Went through that already. Went through this already. Went through that already. We went through that already. We went through. Well, we never went through this one actually. So let's get into this one. I think we were at East Kingston, but I think we're finished with East Kingston. So let's get into this one. Did we do this before? Marvin Fraser, Sinclair Leacock. Marvin Fraser, Sinclair Leacock. Yeah, I think this one. I think this is a clear winner already, so we can move on from that one. Well, this one is going to be a crazy one. South Central Windward. Yeah. This one is going to be off the chain tomorrow night as well. This one is going to be mad tomorrow. Israel Bruce versus Soboto Caesar. What do you think about this one? What do you think about this one, guys? This one is going to be off the train tomorrow night. I want to know what you think about that one. Soboto Caesar and Israel Bruce. Israel Bruce. And Soboto Caesar. Caesar had raised something with Bruce about some school in Art Union. I don't think that went anywhere. I don't think anybody paid attention to it. So, but this one here, South Central Windward. This is going to be something else. Yeah. Bruce only win in Greg's and Dong Hadley Village with Long Peace. Okay. Every election, NDP said they win and where they are still in opposition. So people are giving this seat back to what? What people are doing? They're giving back this seat to what? Bruce? They're giving this seat to Soboto, or they're giving it to Bruce this time. What are the people saying? We have to go into the list and see what's going on there. Let's see what's happening there with the list from the last time. I think in South Central, it was 2,339 votes to 2,100. Yeah, so it was South Windward. You had 2,144. No, not South Windward. South Central, yeah. 2,339 to 2,100. Yeah. So it was 2,339 to ULP, NDP 2,100. So really, just a little over 300 really. That Soboto would have won by. That's what you're saying, or two something. Actually, two something. Yeah. Let me see. So it appears that Soboto, it appears that Soboto could actually take that seat again. Let's see what's happening there. Yeah. So it was about two something. So yeah. All right. So I think most persons are saying that Soboto apparently looks like he may take that. Yeah. All right. Let's get back to. I think somebody wanted me to go back to. Somebody said that seat can go anyway. Okay. 239. Okay, 239. Soboto seat. Somebody says the seat can go anyway with Soboto and Israel Bruce. I think the seat with Soboto and Israel is going to be tight. I really think it's going to be tight. I think that seat is going to be tight. That seat with Bruce and Soboto, I think it's going to be tight. I really think it's going to be a tight seat. Um, Let me see something. But someone says he cannot beat Sabi anyway. So let's get back to this thing here. I think I need to go back into Central Kingston a little while. Marvin Fraser is a newcomer on the political scene. Sinclair Leacock is an old timer. He's been there for a long time. When I say old time, I'm not talking about disrespecting. I'm talking about the time he's been in politics, running and winning. So, Central Kingston, apparently, I saw Lavon Evans, I think, a while ago on the live. Lavon Evans, what do you think about Central Kingston, though? What is your thoughts on Central Kingston? You want to give me a call? 533-9260. You want to give me a call? Lavon Evans. You want to give me a call and tell me what's up with Central Kingston? Because apparently, yeah. All right. Right. So he's been there for Marvin is a newcomer. They are saying that Marvin has a good rapport with people in the constituency. And so they're saying that it could be a tight run between him and Major. But if you go back to Central Kingston in the last election, the ULP got 1965 and the NDP got 2642. That's almost what, 500 and something. The Major won by a 4 something. That's a lot of votes. Yeah. So, that's just what it is. So Leacock basically will take that seat again based on all of the pronouncements that are happening. This seat in right, so Major and right. So this Soboto and Bruce, I wanted to go. Yes, I wanted to go back here. Yeah, I wanted to go back. Somebody said Leacock has been there since Jesus born. He says, I don't think Marvin will win, but the gap will be closer. Right. This East Kingston seat. Someone was saying to me today, let me look for the WhatsApp message and tell you what it said. And I've got this WhatsApp message more than one time. Let me tell you. They were telling me basically that Luke may increase the votes in East Kingston. And the reason why they're thinking that Luke may increase his votes in East Kingston is because the amount of summer school he used to have, those children they're saying now could actually vote. And the majority of them they're saying will probably go with Luke. That's what they're saying to me. And several persons have indicated this to me. But they're saying to me that so he may close the gap, close it in. But they're saying they're not sure still if he will win the seat. But they're saying they think he will close it in. So I don't know. All this rain is a sign from Labour that we get in that 6th straight tomorrow. Marvin too weak for Leacock. Central Kingston interesting. For while Marvin Fraser's new candidate, Leacock faced a strong and confident candidate and he has faced in the past. So the seat cannot be confidently given to Leacock. That's what somebody's saying there. They're saying that the seat cannot be confidently given to Leacock. Well, okay, all right. That's the person's opinion. So I wouldn't really fight them on that. All right. Okay. They're saying the seat cannot be confidently given to Leacock. And somebody says Marvin is too weak for Leacock. All right. Let's move on. What about this one? I think this is I think this one is a foregone conclusion, really. I think this is a foregone conclusion. What is happening here with this seat is that um, all right. It appears this is a foregone conclusion. Very, very foregone conclusion. What is happening here, though, is that they're saying that they're putting out nominations for, not nominations, they've been putting out a lot of things about, you know, Friday being a Canadian citizen. The notices have gone out. They also came upon election day. Friday was nominated. You know, so, but the talk is that, and the discussions is that they will take this matter to court, and Friday could lose his seat. That's what they're saying. This, I believe, will be a long thing, a long case. I don't know, but I think there's a foregone conclusion that Friday will win the Northern Grenadine seat. But there are other things happening here, so that's what it is. I won't even waste time on this seat right now. I gotta move on from this seat. Boy, oh boy. Mm-mm-mm. I was here before. I just came back to this one. Mm-mm-mm. Look at this one. Look at this one. Grace Walters, Chevron John. Grace Walters, Chevron John. Yeah. Well, someone says they believe that the results tomorrow will be a reflection of 2020. Someone also said, to make a long story short, the electorate will decide in a matter of hours. Absolutely true. They will decide in a couple of hours, and may the best man win, of course. Friday win back his seat. Somebody says Northern Grenadines is always an NDP stronghold. Friday, of course, yeah. So that's why I didn't spend any time there. That one tight like some bigs, okay. Someone says that they're going to send US military service to install military equipment. Okay, we're not on that tonight. We're talking about the elections here in St. Vincent. Luke Brown have to be able to achieve much more than Fitz Bramble as a private, while Bramble is what being paid elected member salary in addition to. Okay. And of course, Bramble name must come up as well with this, citizenship program. All right. What about this one? This is what I call done and dusted. Done and dusted. I'm not even going to go through that. That's done and dusted. All right. So, guys, that's how it is. Thank you for joining the live tonight. Tomorrow, the polls open at 7 a.m. Go early, exercise your democratic right, and go home. Chill yourself. Don't fight with anybody in the road. Don't get into argument with anybody tomorrow. Just go do what you have to do. Go back home, wait for the results, and just see what happens at that time. All right? That's what it is. That's what it is. Have a good night. Take care. Have a good rest.